Hi. The other day I was on Medium reading some design articles and I came across an interesting article called Rethinking Design Thinking, written by a design shop called Fahrenheit 212. It's a provocative article that takes design thinking to task. Design thinking is a term popularized by David Kelly, the founder of IDEO. It's really just an upgraded packaging of user-centered design. The article claims that design thinking isn't enough, saying that practitioners of it haven't considered commercial viability of their designs. Now, I don't want to make this a Twitter rant. I actually liked the article. I just don't think it draws quite the right conclusion. Because every designer for the last 30 years has drawn this same Venn diagram about 1,000 times. The idea is to find the intersection of technology, user needs, and business to find the right product. To be honest, it's a fairly simplistic model, but its heart is in the right place. Pushing each silo in a company to find the right product is the correct approach. The reason I have trouble with this article is that you see this thing here? This thing called business model? We've been discussing this for over 30 years. It's not something that we've just discovered. Besides, there are other issues affecting design thinking that are far more important. The first is a classic mistake. Companies are technology-led and don't really focus on the user. Of course, these days, this is a well-known problem, but too many companies are paying lip service to this. They have a siloed design organization that makes things pretty without really doing proper deep design thinking. What's the point of having a design team that can't truly affect your products? This may be a rather obvious point, but the first and most important problem with design thinking is not even doing it properly at all. The whole purpose of design thinking is to break out of this rut and move the arrow, putting the user back in the mix. And yes, it is possible, like the article said, that you can find some products that don't have a viable business model. But that's just the first part of design thinking. The goal is to focus on the user and then shift that arrow. The shift is the critical issue. But of course, you can't stop there. A strong balance team will make sure you move the arrow back into the viable business zone. Now, my second issue is what I call fast following. This is that magic triangle we keep talking about, but it isn't predictive, it's reactive. It's where we put products after they succeed. When you take a successful product like the iPhone, it's easy to say it was a hit after the fact, but people forget the iPhone took lots of risks. Many thought it was a bad product at the time, yet once a successful product is established, many companies just fast follow, making pale copies of it. They don't innovate, they cash in. What's so frustrating at Frog Design is that we'd use design thinking to create really innovative, groundbreaking product concepts, but because they would change user behaviors or create new, untested business models, there was some risk involved, and our clients would see them like this instead. The biggest lesson I learned at Frog was that everyone wants innovation, but no one wants risk. Now, I want to be clear here, there is no such thing as a sure bet in design. If you're truly innovative, you will create some risk. And of course, if you do your homework, you can take some calculated risks and not wild, crazy ones. All entrepreneurs do this. But most companies want zero risk. And you just can't create innovative breakthrough products with that mindset. Now, is design thinking enough? Absolutely not. I'm in complete agreement with the article. However, is the real issue design leadership? Absolutely yes. However, design leadership is so much more than just thinking about the money. It's first and foremost about making sure that you have a real design team that is properly breaking you out of your technology-led thinking. But even more importantly, don't fast follow. If you truly want to innovate, you can't copy. You must take some risks. This has been a Design Rant by Scott Jensen. Thanks for listening.